I was born on December 17, 1905, in a small village called Rautjärvi, in what was then part of Finland under Russian rule. Life in Karelia was hard but simple. My family were farmers, and from a young age I learned the values that would define my life: discipline, patience, and silence. The winters were long and merciless, but they taught me endurance. I hunted in the forests from childhood, and there, among the birches and snow, I learned to see without being seen. Hunting sharpened my eyes and hands. I could hit small game at long distances, even before I was a man. I suppose that is where it all began. When I turned 17, I joined the Finnish Civil Guard. It wasn't much more than a local militia, but to me it was the beginning of a calling. I spent countless hours practicing marksmanship, often competing with other young men. I preferred the old M28 rifle, a Finnish variant of the Mosin Nagant. It was accurate and reliable, and over time it became as much a part of me as my own arm. I learned to shoot calmly, without emotion. Exhale, focus, and let the shot go. One bullet, one life. In 1939, the Soviet Union invaded Finland. We were a small nation, poor and ill-equipped, but we were defending our home. They had tanks, planes, and an army that outnumbered us 20 to 1. All we had was our knowledge of the land and a fierce will to survive. I was assigned to the 6th Company of JR-34 in the Kollaa region. It was there, in the endless forests and blinding snow, that I earned a reputation I never asked for. I preferred to work alone. My uniform was plain white, blending with the snow. I carried my rifle, a few clips of ammunition, and sometimes a submachine gun for close encounters. I never used a scope. It reflected light and could reveal my position. Instead, I trusted my iron sights. I built small snowbanks around me to steady my aim, and even packed snow in my mouth to hide the vapor of my breath. I waited for hours, motionless, until a target appeared. When it did, I took my shot and disappeared again. They called me the White Death. I never liked that name. I wasn't hunting men for glory or vengeance. I was defending my country. Between December 1939 and March 1940, I recorded more than 500 confirmed kills, though the true number may have been higher. Every shot was deliberate. Every life taken meant one less enemy crossing our border. But the war was cruel. On March 6, 1940, I was shot in the jaw by an explosive bullet. My face was shattered, and I was left for dead. I woke up a week later, the war nearly over. Finland had survived, though at great cost. Recovery was slow. My left cheek and jaw were disfigured, and I could no longer speak or eat properly for months. Yet I lived. I spent the rest of my years quietly, avoiding attention. People came to ask about the war, about my kills, about how it felt to be a legend. I told them little. To me, it was not heroism, but duty. I never enjoyed killing. I enjoyed precision, control, the art of patience. I retired to the countryside, hunting and farming once more. The forests remained my sanctuary, as they had always been. As I grew older, I often thought about what drove me those months in Kollaa, what kept me awake, alive, and endlessly focused. Some said it was patriotism, others vengeance, but deep inside I think it was hunger. Not the hunger for food or fame, but something deeper, something primal, a hunger to survive. The cold, the fear, the silence, they all fed that inner fire. Each shot was not just an act of war, but an assertion of existence. Perhaps that's why, long after the war ended, that hunger never truly faded. Even as I aged, even as my body weakened, I still felt it, that insatiable need to endure, to overcome, to be sharper, quieter, better. Maybe that is the true cause of my endless appetite, not for battle, but for life itself. When you have lived so close to death for so long, survival becomes a taste you can never lose.